Hello there. Today we are going to be looking at inspection of a machine, and so today we're going to be looking at this little garden tractor here. This is John Deere 110. This is a 1973 model, so it's quite old, with an adapted blade on it and adapted hydraulic systems because this came with a manual lift, and since someone can't seem to stay away from hydraulics, I put hydraulics in it. Anyhow, what we have here is we're going to be looking at some materials as far as what OSHA requires for servicing or inspections, and also what the manufacturer requires for inspection. So what we're going to look at here first is our inspection report, tractor inspection pre-use checklist. What they want to do here is they want you to go over this thing to make sure that you have everything, everything is right. Like a windshield, if this had windshields in it, if they were cracked, it would fail in a safety inspection. Absolutely, that thing should be tagged out and not used. So they want that checked, which obviously we don't have one. So we would say no, NA, which I did. And then what we're looking at here, 3-point hitch assembly, which the 3-point hitch would go on back here, on the back of the tractor, right here, which I don't have it hooked up because there's no need for it. And there's no point in wearing out something that you're not using. So I removed it for the time being. Now, we're also going to be looking at the engine oil level. And why they want that done is because you don't want this thing seizing up on you in the middle of nowhere. So what we'll do is we'll raise the hood and get inside here, and we'll look for the engine oil dipstick. And there's the dipstick. And so if I can find a place to set you down where I don't break things, especially my iPad, is we will pull the stick out. Well, here, let me put you over here. And I will pull the dipstick out and wipe it off and show you where our engine oil level is. We're right above full. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. I'll try and raise it up and down a little bit. But we're a little bit above full, but we're sitting on a slight angle, so chances are the oil kind of ran to that side. So I'm going to say that's okay. That being said, now we also have, since we're right there, they don't call for it, but I want to check the hydraulic oil as well. So we'll take a wrench over here and we'll pull the plug out of it and see where we're at with hydraulic oil as well. And we'll pull that plug right out of there. And take a look down inside. I can't show you, but yeah, there. You can see it shining off the bottom. Where are we at? About half full. That's just about where they want it. So we'll call that good enough. Tighten it back up so that way we know it's secure. There. Look at the breather on the top of the thing there. Is it getting crap in it? No, it looks pretty good. All right. That's all right. Now, what else are we looking at here? Engine coolant, we don't have to worry about it. You can see right there, that's NA, because we don't have coolant in this engine. This air cooled. And are there any signs of leaks from the hydraulic or transmission system? Okay, the transmission doesn't leak, I can see that. Otherwise you would see oil coming out the sides of the tires here between the rim and the axle, like right in here. You would see oil running out of there, or in here, which I'm not seeing any of that. Now what I am seeing in that though is wear on the splines of that on the splines of that axle. You can see how that tire's moving. Try to get a better angle, but you can see maybe I might be able to do this. I don't know. it moves. So, you know, the splines on that axle are starting to, probably the hubs are more of the issue there because they're cast iron rather than steel, and they will wear quicker. This side, definitely you can even hear it. That one's getting tired. So that's going to be something to change here eventually. God, that's expensive though. And I'm cheap. So anyways, with that being said, hitch and pin bolts are in proper place, and PTO shield is over here on this tractor. It's right here. That's where your power takeoff is. This is your power takeoff belts right here. This is your shield for it, your guard. So that's all in place. Now we're going to look for leaks while we're right here. Pull that cover off. And now we're going to look for a leak in this thing. We might see one or two, because I'm sure that we do have some leakage in this guy. See how that's moving back and forth? That's acceptable. That's your power takeoff unit. And when I pull this lever in, that engages your PTO. So it moves with the engine. You can see how everything turns right now. And when I take it off, it stops. Nothing turns. So that's acceptable. That's working fine. Now, don't look at my cobbled up cable job too hard, because don't judge, because I had to modify to make the PTO fit. But it works for now, so I've got to change it and get it straight and everything else. But for right now, it's working. I'm also looking at oil leaks. So the engine crankcase doesn't seem to be too bad, but I'm seeing oil just about everywhere here. Like right in here, you can notice that there's oil on the block, like right in there. And so I'm going to come up a little bit and I'm going to see if maybe, like right in here, I'm seeing oil, an oil film on that case there. If I can find my finger. There, you see how that's oiled up? That's telling me that that hydraulic pump is probably having a little issue with leakage. It's seepage, so it's not at the point that I'm going to really change it out. But I can see down in there into that crack where I can see oil on the shaft. So chances are that, yeah, it's going to have to be fixed. I'm also seeing oil on the top of the cylinder head. Now that is kind of concerning to me because of the heat and the fact that you could end up with a potential fire there. So that will definitely be looked at and fixed. Now, this thing, fuel supply in the fuel tank is, we're going to look, normally they say to keep them full, but I know I'm going to be running it, so we're just down below half tank, and that's all right. Let's look inside the tank, make sure we don't have any contamination issues in there, like water buildup or anything like that. So we'll just take a peek down inside there. And I'm not seeing cloudy, I'm not seeing snot at the bottom of it, so I think we're good. Put the lid on right. And then the battery cables. I know, forgive the deck of battery. Usually I buy Deere batteries, but they were cheap. And so I got that. So now with that, it says operating on road for SMV signs. This doesn't go on the road, so I don't worry about that. Handrails, steps, and platform area. Now it doesn't have handrails, but it does have the steps and the platform. And they seem to be in fairly good shape, as you can see here. A little rusty, but that's okay too. This thing needs a paint job. It's 49 years old, so we'll give it to it. Inspection or caution signs in place. Yes, there's our danger sign, and then our operating, as you can see here, our deck our deck signs, what it does, depth stop, our clutch, cutting height, park brake, you know, the variator switch, and it warns you this vehicle is not for street or highway use, and keep people and pets at a safe distance away, etc. So it has its safety decals on it, which is good. Now we're going to do a walk around here and visually check for any objects or individuals that may be present before mounting the platform. So okay, we're going to do a walk around, make sure that there's no puppies running around here or kittens, just to make sure. As I can see, there's nobody, no nothing, no, not even a Tweety bird out today, although it's windy, so I'm sure they'd float away. So we'll jump up on there and we'll start the thing up. Let me get things back in order. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me put this down and I'll just take you with me. Put the hood down. And then we'll jump up on the unit. And I got the side safety cover off yet, but that's not a big deal. I gotta put you down for a second so I can start it. Got the charge. And if I throw my PTO in, even though there's nothing on it, you'll hear it plug the engine. No, you won't. What happens when I put the clutch in once we take it out? Now I'm going directly to the transmission. That's why you're hearing all the whining. Just run it up through its speed range. We'll run it up through its speed range, see if it's coming up to RPMs. If I don't kill it first. Being cold like this, it's any wonder it doesn't like to. Ah! Now we'll run it up through its speed range. So the engine kind of works as it should. Comes up to about 3,600 RPMs. I've already checked that, so I know where it goes. And that's its upper limits. Now that was a brief overview of checking a machine over and using the lists provided to assist you in going over the machine. This is just a pre-use check. This is just one of the very, very simple, usually daily checks that you would want to make on the machine as before you start operating it. Be it a tractor, truck, a machine in the shop, it doesn't matter. This is how you want to go about doing that. Is, you know, that's your pre-check. Now there's other checks that you'll make, and we'll be discussing those as we go along. But for now, this is just wanted to show you, and you know, if I can, we'll work out an activity here for you. Maybe what we'll do is I'll have you do your car, check your oil levels, check your tires, check fluid levels as far as, you know, washer fluid, antifreeze, transmission if you can, or if you have one. So we'll go from there. Thank you.